Hey, what's the word, players? Let me ask you this. What limits in gaming have we seen been broken? One thing that I can think of are graphics. It seems like every year we are constantly pushing the envelope to make things look more and more realistic. There's VR, which is a way to try to bridge the gap between realism and video games. I think of the Nintendo Switch and the Steam Deck and all the other Steam Deck alternatives, which are hybrid consoles that give you the option of being able to play at home or take your gaming on the go. There is the whole thing with AI in gaming. Okay, on second thought, I'm not going to open that can of worms. What about in fighting games? Well, something that comes to mind are different hacks and bots in online ranks. Like in Tekken 8 early on, there were some really crazy customization hacks that people did to push the proportions way outside their limits. And I don't know if this is still going on, but in Street Fighter 6, I remember hearing that there was a guy selling bots to go online and basically farm wins. And we're talking about bots that could do stuff like auto DI faster than the human reaction can do. But another thing that I could think of is the whole controller discussion. For decades, arcade sticks were seen as the standard and the way to go for fighting games. But as generations of gamers grew up playing fighting games on a gamepad, that slowly started to shift. And now the huge thing going on right now is leverless, which gives you the form factor of an arcade stick, but without the stick. It's all buttons, which not only makes it a lot easier to travel with, but it allows you to have your inputs come out faster and more precise. Now, this isn't going to be a discussion about which controller is best. Rather, it's meant to illustrate that no matter what, gamers will always try to find a way to push past limits to gain an advantage. And you can extend this to everyday life as well. Like me, for example, I'm lactose intolerant, so if I want to have ice cream, I have some Lactaid. Also, I am completely blind, so I need to have contacts or glasses to see. You can think of a million other examples out there. Point is, limitations are typically seen as negative and as something that needs to be pushed past. But what about the boundaries set by God? Who is he to tell us what we can or cannot do? Wouldn't it be better and just so much easier if we could do whatever our heart desires? Or does he maybe have a reason for that? We'll come back to that. Right now, we're gonna see how Wordplay's doing in Street Fighter 6. Hey Wordplay, how you doing? Hey, what's up Wordplay? Nothing much, just trying to get better here, and we're going up against a Ryu, so let's see how I do.
Every day, I always wake up thinking about you. Every day I'm trying to find a way to say sukidesu. I wanna know if I stay with your mind. I always dream that I could call you mine. Someday we can look at the stars. So I wanna know is who you are.
Oh my gosh.
I wanna love you always and forever. When I really want always feel better. I wanna love you always and forever. When we're together, light as a feather.
Lily wins!
Finally Plat 2. Alright, back to your Wordplay. Proud of that guy making it to Plat 2. I hope he keeps it up. Anyway, let's get back to what we were talking about. A classic example of what we're going to look at is the story of Adam and Eve. I'm going to skip around a bit, so if you've never read the story of Adam and Eve, I would highly recommend that you do so yourself, or if it's been a while, definitely give yourself a refresher. So God creates Adam and Eve in chapter 2, and they are tasked with tending to the Garden of Eden. They're given so much freedom, and they literally just have one job, which is they can eat from any tree in the garden, but they cannot eat fruit from the tree of knowledge, otherwise they will die. Pretty straightforward, but the serpent, and before I go any further, it's an interesting note that Satan isn't actually named here, he's only referred to as the serpent, which I thought that was interesting rereading this. The serpent tells Eve, no, you won't die if you eat from the tree of knowledge. In fact, you will become gods yourselves. So she eats it and shares it with Adam. Then they both see that they are naked and ashamed of it. So they try to cover themselves and then they hide when God appears. They broke the one boundary that God had for them. But in actuality, when you read this, the word angry or anger is nowhere seen here. In fact, one of the first things you see is God calls out to Adam and Eve, where are you? Like a concerned parent looking for their child, even though this is God, so he definitely knows where they are. Even when he goes in on the serpent and issues consequences for Adam and Eve, we still don't get the sense that he's angry. Just, this is what they get for disobeying. I mean, he even goes so far as to give them clothes, which is not something that he had to do. Okay, so why even put a forbidden tree in the first place? Well, if you're not given a choice between one thing or another, do you really display true love? For example, I'm married, and if there were no consequences for cheating on my wife, well, do I really love her then at that point? Or how about a fighting game example? If there's a thing that you can abuse over and over and over again, and your opponent has no way to combat it, why would you stop doing that one thing? In fact, I was thinking about this one Tekken 8 thing where a guy created a bot to go on ranked. The character chosen was Eddie, and all they did was mash 333, which is left kick. If you ever play any Tekken that has Eddie in it, you know that he is the go-to character when you just want to mash buttons. So it was interesting to hop on the live streams and see people absolutely struggle with getting through this, what's basically a very predictable combo sequence. And it's really one of those things where if you can get away with doing one thing over and over and over again and not get punished for it, why would you stop doing it? By the way, the guy has retired the bot, which placed at Eliminator, which is crazy. Okay, so back to the scriptures. When we live within God's boundaries, in an ironic way, it actually gives us focus and purpose. Before the serpent, Adam and Eve were quite content with working in the garden as it was a task directly given by God. I'd actually would like to tie this to Ephesians 2 verse 10, where it says, "For we are God's handiwork, created in Christ Jesus to do good works, which God prepared in advance for us to do." When we live within God's boundaries, it gives us meaning and purpose as opposed to trying to fill that void with something that honestly won't be able to satisfy. There's a time and place to break limits and to go beyond and plus ultra and whatever other shonen inspirational quote you can think of. But when it comes to God's boundaries, you can rest assured that he has your best in mind. That's gonna be it for me. Let me know what you thought down below, and I'm curious, let me know what limitations do you have, whether gaming related or in general. Depending on the order that I've done this, I will either have a video up on the second channel or the video is already out and you can go ahead and check it out right now. In any case, it's a video on Another Crab's Treasure. So keep an eye out for that or go ahead and watch it after this video. Also, I want to let you know that I will be attending Combo Breaker. So if you happen to be there, say hi. Otherwise, you can check out the video that I'll be making while I'm there. If you're looking for a non-denominational church, down in the description below will be a link to our church locator. If you want to hang out, link to my Discord is also down below. Once again, y'all, thank you so much for watching, and until next time, peace.